Welcome to Fit, Fierce, and Fearless, the award-winning podcast hosted by Zen. This show is part of the Gen X pole arts ecosystem, where pole dance, movement, and midlife rebellion meet. We talk strength, reinvention, and what it means to take up space as women over 40, both on the pole and off. If you're done playing small and you're ready to move through life with confidence again, you're in the right place. Let's go. Welcome to Fit, Fierce, and Fearless, episode 54. Last week, you guys, I said 52, but I was wrong. I said 52 2 weeks in a row, so ignore that. This is episode 54, and I am Zen, and I have with me today Becca coming to me from across the country. Becca and I met on Instagram, which seems to be like the story of my life. The last few are probably almost every episode so far in 2026. It's been with somebody who I've met on Instagram, which I think is pretty cool. Because I feel like I already know these people because we share so much of our journeys and our struggles and our triumphs on social media. So when I get to actually speak face to face, it feels really special. And I was just saying to Becca before I hit record, like I am learning about these people as I am interviewing them live for the episode. So it's kind of a cool and strange process. But Becca, welcome to the show. You have been just one of those people on Instagram who always has been supportive of everything I'm doing. And you are very engaging, and I don't know, I love watching what you're doing, and your story has been interesting to me too. So I appreciate you making the time to be here. I know you've had some crazy weather where you are, and it's been kind of extreme, and all that good stuff that happens in February and January, right? But welcome. I'm so excited you're here, and I'm going to let you introduce yourself to the audience.
Thank you, Zen, for having me. I'm really excited to be here. What can I say other than I found you through social media, like we were saying, and then I discovered you had a podcast and what it was about. It really spoke to me. I have a very far past history with pole dancing, first time around. I had a huge break in between, and now I'm back at it. I definitely, yeah, like you mentioned, I'm cross country. I grew up in Southern California, so my first journey there was everything was there. All the studios, there were so many studios there. Here, closest to me, about an hour drive, is my closest studio that I can go to.
Wow.
Yeah, so it definitely takes a lot of planning. I mean, I have my schedule now, but it takes a lot of planning for me to get there. And I'm lucky enough to have a tiny little studio here in my home that I can practice. I do take a few online classes as well for floor work. And even in this tiny little room, I clear out the pole and the bar. But what spoke to me the most was the over 40. And as I mentioned, my journey started years ago. Should I go into it a little bit more? How that happened?
Sure.
Yeah. So I started at the age of 35.
Mm-hmm.
I
Even though you
saw.
look 35 right now.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
You do.
So I started at the age of 35. I saw an advertisement for a party. I didn't know what to think other than I think I had seen a little advertisement on one of those news shows on TV about the trend. So I thought, what a great way to celebrate my birthday, 35-year-old birthday. Got together a group of girls and we went to, of all things, it was at a adult boutique store where they sold lingerie.
Yeah.
So that was the only place that at that time that was having a party like that. I fell in love with it. Like everybody says this, the minute that you touch the pole, you just know. The next day, the entire body hurt so bad, but I didn't care. I needed more of it. I was like, what is this thing? So fast forward, the ladies that hosted that party, they reached out, we don't have studio space, but we can do floor work, wall classes. Would you be interested? And I said, absolutely. So we did that probably maybe 4 or 5 months until they found a studio.
Uh-huh.
And that company was Siren Dance from Redondo Beach. So this was
Oops.
back in Redondo Beach, and that company went for probably about 6 years, maybe a little bit longer. I ended up
Mhm.
becoming an instructor. They had teacher training at that time, so I
Yeah.
was an instructor and I taught maybe 3 years there. And then through that, just meeting so many women like that have been on your podcast, so many women I would have never ever met in my life, and they're good friends till this day. Also
Yes.
meeting women that are over the age, well, at that time I was 35. I met 50 and 60-year-old women at that time as well.
Yeah.
So something came to me, and this was back when, I don't know if you remember, well, everybody remembers the term a cougar, the younger lady
Oh
with the
yeah.
older vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I came up with pole Pumas. So pole Pumas was my thing. So I don't know if I had that on my Instagram. So there was a photographer back in the day, Sam Green was his name. And I think we had him in the studio for a photo shoot. He submits my story to, it's not around anymore. It's called Pole Spin Magazine.
Okay.
Okay. So we got a feature in that. It was fantastic. There was about
Cool.
five of us girls ranging from 40 to 60. So we had a feature in that. Through that, it had to have been Facebook, I think, where it was going around. I met Greta,
Yeah.
Mary Carroll,
Mhm.
and we have done little performances here and there. The biggest one that was the most fun was the PoleCon in Los Angeles. I don't even know the year. And there were 10 of us on stage performing, and we did this little choreograph thing in segments. You can look it up on YouTube. And it was the best time. And getting the applause from everybody who never even knew any of us and just knew why we were there. They explained that we're meeting for the first time, we all are over 40, and this is what we do as our art. So that was then. And then 2 more studios after that I taught in. Pole Moves, they were in Westchester, so I was there for a few years.
Uh-huh.
She ended up moving, and then I taught at Sadie's when it first opened up. So I know Laura and them.
Yes.
That's all. So all those places, have my heart, and yeah. So then I met my partner, my man, and I just kind of fell hard into that and took a
Yeah.
break from, so I wanted to give, because it's a lot of time that it takes to go to the studio. My daughter was
Oh yeah.
grown. Yeah. And I was like, I want to give this relationship a try. So did that. We're here in Tennessee now, expanding more of our life, we live out in the country. It was just kind of crazy in LA. So we, kind of had to get out of there.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, you know what? I really do miss pole. So I grab my pole, I get it out, and I couldn't put it. I'm like, how many pieces does this thing take again? So I gave a phone call to Heidi at X-Pole, and
Uh-huh.
she's telling me over the phone how to do it. And she said, you need to go to Nashville to the Chrome Bar. I'm like, that is so far from me. So I fought it for the longest time. Finally, one day I said, enough. I need to take care of me. All
Mhm.
I do is just, sit around and do the house chores. I remember how much I loved pole and how much I love the community. So
Yes.
I joined that in March of last year, and I'm back in love with it again.
You are back.
Yeah, I am back. I like all the women are saying it feeds so much to yourself. There's so many things
Yeah.
that you get from it. I love the challenge. I love how the body feels. The
Mhm.
other things that you ladies have talked about on your podcast is being a more mature pole dancers. It's a lot harder now than it was when I first started too. And the other thing is that it has changed so much. We had 50 millimeter static poles.
Mhm.
The tricks were a lot. different than they are now. And I'm not doing many tricks. I'm mostly doing low flow again because getting back into it, having such a big break.
Yep.
Uh, I'm finding my way back, but having such a big break, I'm relearning how to do even just a basic invert. So that's what I'm working on now is getting back into inverting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
How many years was it that you were on break?
10.
Wow.
I know,
Yeah, that's a long time.
a long time. And that was part of, uh, I would get so upset. I'm like, why can't I do this stuff? Well, other women have said again, it took a long time to get even to that point. So how can I think that I can get back? You know, and that was really hard to to tell yourself. You got to slow down and
Yep.
you got to work up to it again. And I get all the encouragement from everybody online and in the studio. So I'm having the best time right now. I'm really having the best
Good.
time. Yeah.
Good. Oh, yeah, we are so hard on ourselves. It's like what we're doing is really hard. This is not easy stuff. It's not like, I mean, I was going to say yoga, but yoga also is not always easy, but something like that where you could go back to it and you kind of still have your same range of motion or whatever. You could do the poses like pole. It takes the conditioning, the muscle memory, the strength, the flexibility. So yeah, it just takes time for your body to remember, and then
Mhm.
you have to build the strength again in the right places too, because we're engaging muscles that we don't necessarily use in our daily life if we're not doing pole. So
Right.
especially the invert, like
Yeah.
those are your hip flexors and your lower abs and also your back, and it's like, well, how do I really use that if I'm in my day to day? Like we don't use that. So
Yeah.
good for you. That's so exciting. That is
Yeah.
really exciting. I didn't realize that you taught at all three of those studios. So that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Um, and we are very spoiled in Southern California because we have so many studios, like you said in the beginning. And just this past summer, I think, like 4 or 5 new studios opened up in the past 6 months. I guess
Mm.
it's not summer
Wow.
now, but I mean, there's just two more just opened in the past like 4 months. So yeah, yeah, we're
Yeah.
really spoiled.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm glad that you decided to do something for you and
Yeah.
something that you love. And I love your space behind you. So if you're watching, you can see she's sitting in her pole space. She has a bar, she has a ball, she has the pole behind her and a mirror on the wall. If you're not watching and you're just listening, turn the video on and watch it. Just go to YouTube and watch it. It's a really sweet looking place. You have your lights and beautiful artwork on the wall. So I can tell, like you curated that space with care. You can tell that it's meaningful.
Yeah, it does mean a lot. If I'm going to spend time doing something, I want to put all my effort into it, and it's those things too, like you're saying, the artwork and all that, because it feeds your I don't want to say energy, but your creativity. I guess is
Yeah.
that yeah, what I want to say. For me, it does anyhow. I like having things that calm me down, that make me feel pretty, that inspire me. So
Hmm.
it's been a little passion work getting this studio together here. I call it my pole boutique because, like I said, it's really tiny. It's like a boutique, not so much a
Yeah.
studio. Yeah.
It's adorable. It
Thank
looks very sweet. It's
thank
very
you.
sweet. Yeah, I think like you said, like expecting to just get back to where we were. Even, I mean, a 10-year break is quite a long time, but even taking like a 1 or 2 year break, and we think, oh, I'm going to be able to do that again. And it's like, yeah, no, you have to work your way back up to it. So not getting down on yourself and just knowing it's going to come when it's going to come.
Yeah.
And that'll be a joyous day. And until then, you can still have a lot of fun doing a lot of other things, you
Yes.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't stop you from just being consistent and moving forward. The consistency pays off, just takes
Mm-hmm.
time.
Absolutely. And that reminds me of, like I was saying, the pole, how it was 50 millimeter and now they're 45. But even back then when I started, it was mostly barefoot and the shoes were 5 inch, 6 inch. And that was like, whoa. And
Yeah.
now it's 8 inches and I'm dancing in 8 inch. So again, learning how to maneuver and to go on to the point toe
Hmm.
box. There's so many things people call it, different
I
names.
know.
Yeah, but even now, like I said, pole has changed so much, the tricks, but now it's all a lot of high stiletto platforms. So yeah, not getting down on yourself and knowing that it takes time to learn how to walk in 8 inch stilettos.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it also changes the whole alignment of your body,
Yes.
barefoot versus wearing the stilettos. And
Mhm.
then even 6 inch versus 8 inch changes a lot too.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's almost
Mhm.
like you're starting over, but you have some muscle memory to fall back on.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So I got to take the wins where I get them, but I do see that muscle memory come up sometimes. Just happened the other night in class. She was showing something like, "Well, I know how to do it," so I just did it. It wasn't beautiful, but I did. I'm like, I was having like, "Oh my god, I actually did do that." Skin was
Yeah.
burning and ripping off, but I did it. you know. So I know I can clean it up later on. It takes time to make it look
Yep.
effortless and
Yep.
floaty and all that. So
Yeah, you will get there. You will get
thank
there.
you.
And it won't take as long as it took you the first time, for sure.
I hope not. I hope not.
No. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, in the studio where you are now, are there other women your age? Like, what's the vibe
Yes.
in
Yes.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
What's the
Okay.
pole?
So I'm sorry. So that's the thing too. I didn't know what I was getting into because I knew I had my home base back at, in LA. You knew you had your friends, you knew who you were going to see, what studios to go to. So I was walking in blind, didn't know. I did meet one girl, and she and I, if you can see, we've done a couple of partner classes together. We have bonded because she is in. I hope she doesn't get mad. She's close to my age. I won't say it. And we get each other. She's more advanced. She's been pulling a lot longer than I am recently. But again, getting that encouragement from another person in class is just so amazing. But of course, there's all of the different ages and everybody else, and I love it. I do love seeing all the things pull. I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the what you talked about 10 or so years ago when you went to PoleCon with Mary Carol and Greta. That
Yeah.
sounds amazing, first of
Yeah.
all. They
I
are the
don't remember. It's okay. So Mary Carroll did one of my pole showcases that we used to do in the beach area in Hermosa. But Greta, Greta, I met with another pole sister of mine at PSO. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I used to do PSO back in the day too.
uh-huh.
We met Greta backstage warming up, and she was the sweetest person, and we just remained contact with her. And also on Facebook, Marilyn Rainville. She started, so I had the pole Pumas. She started uh, Grand Dames, I think it was called. And she reached out to me and she said, "Hey, we have this like thing together," which drew me so much to meet you. And I want to say thank you for doing this because somebody does need to speak that, hey, you got it, you can still do all this stuff. So she reached out to me, and I think that's how we got together for the PoleCon. She reached out to PoleCon, got us in as a featured group. So again, like I said, you can look on YouTube and find the link. So most of the ladies have her group was from Northern California. We were from Southern California. We videoed, sent choreography, and timed out. We did Lady Marmalade with Christina
I
Aguilera
love
and Pink.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, yeah, we had little, like the burlesque hats and little tutu type things. So we
Mhm.
timed out who would do what, when, and where, and we need Greta need to be at the end because her fantastic, amazing things that she did, and it was, and I'm saying this because I was there. We got a standing ovation. People were standing and screaming. You can hear it in the video. It was the most amazing thing to have happen for women who have never met before, and pole brought us together.
That's
Yeah.
incredible. Okay, so
Yeah.
I will look on YouTube for the link and I'll put it in the description and the show notes. So if anybody else wants to see it, but I'm gonna look at it as soon as we're done because I can't wait. Like that's like an all-star lineup. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I don't think Mary did that one, but I met Mary along the way because I used to organize. So there was not many. Well, there were a few showcases people would do for amateur.
Yeah.
Uh, I love to perform. I love
Mhm.
costumes. I love performing. You'll see if you follow on my Instagram. I'm always dressed up. I like to wear the things. So I had a friend who knew someone who had a bar restaurant, and they said sure. So we would bring in two stage poles, and I would have girls from when I was at Pole Moves perform. And I think Mary, I don't know how I got on. It had to have been through the PoleCon. Mary did one or two, and pole moves. We would do them with pole moves as well. But we would just invite family and friends, and they would come out. It was open to the public, and we just took over the place and did these showcases for however many hours it was, maybe every 2.5 months, every 3 months. And it was a good time. It was a really good time. I'm glad that I experienced that. I'm kind of missing it now. We do showcases at the studio that I do, but it was a lot of fun encouraging other girls to, hey, have you ever thought of doing a little performance for your family and friends outside of the studio. So
Yes,
yeah.
I personally love doing that too. And so with my friend Deanna, who's was on a very early podcast episode, but we do that. We will rent a space through like Peer Space or something, and then we'll bring stage poles in, and we invite like I don't know 6 or 7 girls to perform, or guys too, actually.
Mhm.
And we sell tickets to pay, mostly just to pay for the space rental, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just so much fun. I love to perform and dress up. And like you're saying, to me, um, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yes,
You
it's
know,
another form, or it adds to the expression of your dance. Absolutely.
100%. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you did all the things. You did everything. Competition, performing, teaching, showcases, producing the shows.
Producing the shows, yeah, doing the Apple iTunes music, putting together my iPad. I would even MC the show.
Hey, yeah, so we're
Yeah.
like kindred spirits here. So tell me more about the Pumas though. Like, was it mostly online? Like, were you teaching a Puma like method, or was it just for the women who were over a certain age?
It was just for the women who were over a certain age.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, most of them were at the Siren pole studio there.
Okay.
And again, Sam submitted a picture that I think we hired him to do a studio shoot. And I don't know how he knew the creator of the Pole Spin magazine. Do you guys want to be featured? Yeah, and I think you can find a few links of that online. So there was, like I said, 5 or 6 of us, and it says in there of all walks of life, of all the different ages, and how we found pole
Mm-hmm.
and what it means to us. Um, when I go back to California, I do occasionally see them. Not all of them are still polling; they have other things in life, just like me. You get a little sidetracked for a
Yeah.
while. But yeah, no, it was just a defining thing that I acknowledge that yes, I'm not as young as most of the students are in the class, and proud that I'm also not in my 20s, wasn't at that time in my 20s.
Right.
In fact, I was 41 when that feature magazine, yeah, came out. And then I'm being reminded there was a Daily Mail that came and did a little video thing. And I've looked for it. I can't find that one anymore. But because of the Pole Pumas, I think it was Inside Edition. Do you remember that show?
Yes, I do
Yeah.
remember that
Yeah.
show.
So yeah, this goes way, way back. So again, I'm oh my God, so many memories are coming back to me right now. I forgot about all this.
That's
Yeah.
so badass, though. I
Yeah.
love that you guys did that. How
Yeah. Yeah. It
cool.
was so yeah.
Yeah, that's before the age of social media, really, or Instagram anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, thank you for doing this because I wonder had I kept going, would I be along the lines of you were, I'm sorry, what you are, of how you're doing this now.
Mm.
So thank you for,
Oh yeah, no. Oh my gosh, this is for me, it's such a passion project and such a joy. And now, like, this is episode 54. I've had so many amazing guests tell their story. And I think about it. And when I'm browsing through the episodes and all of the people who've been on it, I just think, wow, what a cool, and not to like, I'm not trying to like toot my own horn or whatever, but it's like a cool thing to have all these stories in one place of so many different people, like you said, all walks of life,
mhm,
so many different backgrounds, education levels, family histories, like every gender, every body type,
mhm,
but all united through this thing that we do, which seems to anybody from the outside like so bizarre. It's literally a pole that's attached to the floor and the ceiling. Like, how weird. And then, it comes from the clubs, and many of the people who have been on the podcast never danced in the clubs, which is
mhm,
fine.
mhm,
Um, Either way is fine. We respect the lineage of where pole comes from, but I don't know. It's just such a weird thing. Like you said, the first time you touched it, you just knew. You just felt like, wow, I need to keep doing this. It
mhm,
hurts, but I need to keep doing it because it's such a challenge, and it gives you an opportunity to test your limits
mhm,
mentally, physically, emotionally, over and
mhm.
over again, and you
Yes.
surprise yourself. And every time you like learn a little bit more about who you are and what you're capable of. And I don't know many other activities in life where you can get that same kind of feedback about yourself or that same kind of challenge.
Mhm.
It's not, and you're expressing yourself at the same time. So it's got both the artistic and the athletic, and
Right.
I just love it.
Yeah. What brings to mind, it's been said before on your podcast, how when you're on the pole, especially if you're up in the air, you're not thinking about all the other things at all, and that resonates through everybody who says that. It is true. You're completely in zone in touch with who you are at that moment, and
Yeah,
you're not going to let yourself down.
right.
You know what I mean? I'm here. This is what I'm doing. You're so focused. Um, it's a good feeling. It is such a good feeling to me because there's so many other things in the outside world that are constantly calling at you, and it's the one thing that you can call your own. Do you know
Right.
what I mean? It's the one thing that you can call your own. Everything that you're doing there, it's you. You're getting
Yes.
the guidance from, put your hand here, do this, spin this way, but it's literally you. You're doing it. Somebody's not making you do it. You are doing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that perspective too. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, you have to trust yourself enough to
Mhm.
try it. So especially if you're working on a new trick or something, and an instructor could be saying, here's the grip, here's where your body weight needs to be, but you have to trust yourself to be able to handle that, like mentally understand what you're being told and then to perform it, and to know that you've got yourself. Like, I'm not
Mhm.
going to
Yeah.
get here. It's almost like I do talk to myself sometimes too when I'm like upside down. And now, anybody who's watching my Instagram, I'm working on my Aisha, and it's like almost every time I am talking myself through the fear of it. I know I'm strong enough. Like, there's no reason for me to really
Right.
be afraid. But there's
Right.
just something about when you get your head facing the floor and your legs off the pole, it's like
Mm.
your survival instinct kicks in, and you're like, everything, all the bells are going off in your head, like, no, stop, don't do it.
Yeah.
You have to really tell yourself, like, it's okay, we've got this, we can do this,
Yeah.
I can do this, we're gonna be fine. And
Yeah.
that's like such a valuable exercise, because yeah, then you trust yourself in other areas of life, right? It's like,
Yes.
I can handle this. I can do this.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. You're like, I did that. I got through that. Everything else, you're like, yeah, I can do this. So that's what it does for me as well. Of course, it's beautiful and sexy, whatever it means to everybody else, but the discipline of it. And when you do get, you're like, I'm good. It's a little mental therapy for yourself, I think, for me, and anyhow it
Yeah.
is. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah,
yeah.
me too. And I also love what you said about being so present in the moment. That's really
Mhm.
where my Zen, where my name came from, because for me, I've always have been like a meditator and blah blah blah, but never did I find an activity where I am so locked into the moment of what I am doing that everything else goes away.
Yeah.
And yes, sometimes the like panic comes in when I'm afraid of what I'm doing, but still that's related to right in that very moment.
Hmm.
And, as a mom and you have a partner and a job and other things, that all kind of just fades away for that hour in the studio.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
cool.
Yeah.
Very special.
Yeah.
Really cool. So, do you have any performances coming up, showcases at the studio or anything?
No, not at this time. I'm just working on getting back into getting stronger, and like I said, getting my inverts back. Um, I don't know. There's nothing going on. I keep telling myself, when are they going to send out the email that showcase is coming up? Because it does drive me.
Yeah.
It does drive me to do not more. Because people will say you don't want to do something new. You
Mhm.
want to practice what you have and
Yeah.
perfect it. But it drives me for that. My skill set. I want to smooth it out. I
Yeah.
want it to look effortless
Mhm.
and maybe add a few more little things. But at the time, I don't have anything. I'm just really enjoying dancing. Yeah.
Awesome. So when you first started and you went to that party and
Mhm.
in your 30s, were you a dancer prior to that?
No, I don't have any other than dancing with friends. I don't have
Yeah.
any dance background. No gymnastics, none of that. I love to move.
Hmm.
And that's another thing that for me, I struggle with. Also, not telling myself it's okay that I don't have that because it will come the more that I practice it.
Hmm.
Yes, she might be more splits over here than me, but again, she probably has all that. I can't judge myself on that. So I dedicate the time to work towards that, getting
Yeah.
things smoother, fluid. I say these things again, smooth, fluid. This is what I tell myself all the time,
Yeah.
especially when I'm dancing.
Yeah.
Slow down, be smooth, be fluid,
Yep.
smile. You're having a good time. Yeah.
Slowing down for me is always hard too. Like, wait, okay, I need to go even slower. I think I'm going slow, but I need to go even slower.
Yeah. It's amazing when you watch the videos back, you're like, I thought I was going slow. You can
Yeah.
see.
Why am I rushing? But it
Yeah.
gives us something to work towards, right?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
I
So
love
no,
that.
nothing at the time other than really enjoying being back in the pole studio and having a
Hmm.
great time with it. And again,
Good.
meeting so many new friends here. Moving far cross country, I don't have any family or friends here. As I mentioned, I grew up in Southern California. My mom and my daughter, my family, my immediate family are there. So that again also forced me. I need to go make friends.
Hmm.
Where do I make friends? The things that you love to do. So
Yep.
that's what I sought after.
Amazing.
Something to fill my heart.
And I love hearing about the community in different parts of the country and also different parts of the world too. It's so consistent, the sense of community that people find in the studio. It's
Hmm.
every person who I've spoken with, no matter where they are in the world, it's the same. And I just think that's such a beautiful aspect of what it is we do. We're lucky.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious. First of all, I'm going to ask you, how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 56.
You're the same age as me. Okay. So what do you notice, or how are you training differently now than when you were 36. And besides things just taking longer, but is there anything else that you notice that you would say I don't want to say harder, but just different
Mm-hmm.
than when you
Very
were.
good question. I'm so glad you asked this. So, you understand this as the hormones are completely out of the body now. So, I'm doing
Yeah.
the hormone replacement therapy.
Uh-huh.
Started it probably 5 years ago when I started to notice the perimenopause, and I was just like, oh, this is going to go away.
Right.
Fought it for the longest time. I'm telling everybody you need to take a hold of it and do the things because you need it. You absolutely need it. I would wake up after training and every muscle, every joint in my body stiff, so stiff. Before I could even get out of bed, I'd have to stretch. I'm like, am I dehydrated? Did I not eat? Um, it wasn't, like I was having a crazy night drinking or anything like that. It was literally my body was, it's not the same as it was in my 30s and my 40s.
Yep.
So the hormone replacement therapy, I do a creatine and a BCAA mix. I drink it on the way to the studio. I drink it on the way home from the studio. I'm in the process of getting another collagen peptides also. And yeah, what else is different? So the body hurts a lot more
Yeah.
physically. Like
Right.
everything in my head to toe hurts. The flexibility is coming back with the training because I am
Mhm.
more consistent with it. I've never, like I said, I don't have a dance background, so I never had splits, front
Mhm.
or what do they call it, straddle
Middle.
or yeah,
Middle.
pancake. But I can at least almost get my belly to the floor in a pancake and maybe a couple inches off the floor. So all these things that I'm doing, I know are going to help, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to push myself too far because I am aware that the body is a lot different genetically, hormonally. What's the right?
Chemically
Chemically. That's it.
or
It
bio.
is different.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah. I was like, what is that? That's the other thing, the brain fog. Like,
Yes,
what did
that's
you
the
say?
worst, maybe. Yeah.
What is it? Come on, come to me, the word. Yeah, not to push myself too hard when I'm doing
Yeah.
it because I see everybody else doing it. I know that it'll come.
Yep.
I need to take the time for that.
It
So,
will come. Yeah, I do all those things too. I do the hormone replacement therapy. I also do creatine and BCAA. I think that those two are so critical for me. It makes a big difference in how
mhm.
sore I get and how quickly I can recover. I also find like my energy levels will be like if I am well rested, I this is a bad habit, but I'll do like 2 hours in the studio and then I'll do some other kind of cross training workout. And then maybe I'll just dance and play around and do low flow for like an hour. And so like 4 hours of activity because I feel great that day. And then the next day
Mhm.
I'm like laying on my bed all day, like I just don't want to do anything. And I don't even know if it's so much that I hurt. It's just that I feel like I am depleted energetically.
Yes.
Just I need a whole day just to recharge all of that energy that I used. So now I used to get like angry with myself for that on those days where I just feel such low energy. And now I'm like, well, you know what? I have two options. I can either be more moderate on the days when I have the energy and not go crazy, so I could be more consistent. Or if I know I'm going to really go all in on a day, just accept the fact that I'm going to need one day off after it and be all right with that and not get pissed about it.
Yes. Yes. So
Yeah.
I believe what you're talking about is kind of the term structured training that I've learned through Dr. Emily Rausch. Do you know who
Yeah.
she is?
I love her.
Yes, she helped me. So I started back at Pole March of last year. April, I severely sprained my ankle, and May we were going to have the first showcase I was in. So
Uh-huh.
she helped me rehab, And through that, again, learning, like you're saying, if you're gonna hit it hard, just know that you're gonna have some downtime. And
Mhm.
I think most she says for anybody, especially for us mature women, we're gonna have to you know that that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I didn't mention that I do a little bit of her cross training for pole dancers to kind of help with that because yeah, it just takes a long time for it to come back. That you even like, do I want to go to the studio today? Can I even do it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I think that's why on the days where I feel like I have so much energy, I feel super strong and capable. I want to maximize that. So it's like I do as much as I possibly can. And
yes,
yeah, and that's just a stubbornness thing on my part because I know better
yeah,
theoretically, and I will, advise somebody else to do it the right way. When it
yeah,
comes to myself, I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
always take my own advice. So
yeah.
but I love that you worked with her. You did that virtually.
I did, yes. Yep, yes. Did that virtually. She did the assessment. She put together I want to call it a treatment plan, but
Hmm.
therapy plan. And I did it. I stuck with it and I was able to, I didn't think I was going to do the showcase. I didn't think I was going to be able to wear heels. And I did. I did it all. Was
Wow.
maybe 8 weeks from the time that I started the therapy and had the showcase. And then I've had we did two showcases last year, two showcases since in hills, and I'm good. And I actually do feel stronger with all of the therapies that I've done and training that have been taught to me for strengthening the ankles. Again, 8-inch hills, they make a big
Right.
difference.
Yeah. So what kind of exercises are you doing for that?
So there will be the bands, calf raises, and so with the bands, it's you will wrap it on your foot and you do the inversion,
Hmm.
eversion, inversion, eversions, and then plantar flexation. So that
Hmm.
helps because you really want to get. I'm not a doctor, but deep into the ankle and warm it up and strengthen, have the resistance.
Yeah.
Uh, Light load bearing. I say light because I know I should do heavy, but I'm progressively working up. So it does go from lighter to heavier,
Okay.
but I'm not going to do like, I don't know, a deadlift with 80 pounds when I haven't done any of that for like
Right.
ever, yeah.
Yeah, we
So
don't want to start.
yeah,
Yeah.
progressively building up. So, hip flexor exercises because again learning that it's all connected. You're going to start up to the
Hmm.
top to get down to the ankle. It's not just specifically that ankle. So that's a good
Yep.
question. I'm thinking of all this stuff as we're saying this. The hip flexors, the
Hmm.
calves, the ankles. So little exercises for those.
Yeah. That's great. I tend to focus more on upper body all the time, which again is just a preference thing because I'm stronger in my upper body. So I like to do upper body conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
which is it. Yeah. Anyway, again, I like to think that I am an effective instructor and coach for other people,
Mm-hmm.
but I do better personally if I have somebody coaching me. Because otherwise I just have bad habits. Like I'm going to just do what I want to do and the things that are easy and feel good. And I'm going to push myself too hard when I shouldn't. And,
Yeah.
all those things. But that's amazing. So you stuck to the program even though you were doing it virtually, which is really hard to do, I think, for a lot of
Yeah, it is. I held myself accountable by video and posting it on Instagram.
people. Hmm.
I told myself because she would number the days, and I would label them day one, day two, day three, or workout one, workout two. That was the way that I was going to make sure that I did it because if I started something, I wasn't going to not finish it publicly on
Right.
Instagram. Yeah.
I get it. And I think that's why a lot of us post our pole journey, especially in the beginning, because it helps keep you accountable. You keep going back. You
Mm-hmm.
say you're working on something. You want to show that you're actually working on it, and you look at the
Mm-hmm.
progress. Yeah, I know a lot of people who aren't in the pole community will say things like, you see comments all the time from people like, who are you trying to impress? And why you keep posting all this? And you're just showing off and blah, blah. It's like, well, I'm not posting it for you. Usually a
Yeah.
dude. I'm not posting it for you. Like, you know, they don't
Yeah.
get it. I mean, sometimes we are showing off and just trying to look sexy or cute or whatever, strong. But yeah,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
often.
Who doesn't want attention to yourself? Like, hey, look what I can do, you know? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to look back and see how far you've come too, and remind yourself of what you're capable of when you've taken a break or you've had an injury. You look back and be like, "Oh, wow, I used to really be able to do that." Because I know for
Right.
me too, I doubt myself. Well, I'm feeling strong and healthy, thank God, right now, knock on wood. But last year I was dealing with my knee, and I had like 6 months where I just did hoop and I really didn't do any pole because I was too hurt. And I was like, "Wow, I can't believe I used to do all those tricks." Like I almost didn't believe that I ever had done them before. Looking back, it's
Yeah.
like, well, yeah, I did do all that.
Yeah. And that was one of the reasons why I also did reach out to you was because of what has happened my time back, the sprained ankle, the body now needs the hormones more than ever. I
Yeah.
wanted to share with that because that is your main thing that you say. It's never too late. You can do it no matter, what's going on. Just find out what it is to help you. The resources are there. Again, the community's there to help.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Right.
So I can do it. I want to encourage everybody else who would like to take, or, again, who had a big break off and came back. You can do it again. You can definitely do it. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for saying that. And thank you for all of the nice comments that you've made about me and what I'm doing. But because, yeah, I believe it wholeheartedly. Like, I think that our generation is aging differently. And
Mhm.
um yeah, women just need to feel empowered and like we don't need permission to do what makes us happy, but sometimes you need somebody to tell you that, or somebody to tell you it's okay. It's like, you know what? If you want to take an hour out of your day and drive to the pole studio to take a 90-minute class and an hour to drive back, that's okay. Because you
Mhm.
probably spent how many hours driving your kids around to sports or school events or doing something for your boss or your spouse or your parents. Like, we are such, just by nature, the caregivers, the nurturers, the doers. And it's like when it
Mhm.
comes to doing it for ourselves, we always feel guilty. It's like,
Yeah.
you don't have to stop. Like, stop feeling guilty. We're all grown at this age. We've done all the stuff. So just take a time for yourself and try something that's going to bring you joy and connect
Yes.
you with other women, because I think that's really important as we get older. For me, like you said, you moved to a new place, you didn't know anybody. And it's hard because you don't have kids in school. If you're
Mhm.
not going to work at an office every day, you're not meeting people there. So when you're in your 50s or 60s, it's like, how do you meet new people? How do you find your tribe of, other women who you might have something in common with and who you want to hang out with?
Exactly. That's exactly. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Find your tribe. I love that. Yeah.
Find your tribe.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
again, like we both said, the women who you find in the pole studio come from all kinds of backgrounds. It's not like
Mhm.
they're all one thing or the other. Like, I pull with, and I've said this before too, doctors, lawyers, police officers, school administrators,
Mhm.
teachers. Like, there's every kind of profession you can imagine. Data scientists, technicians, engineers,
Right.
like, it's literally, it's okay. You could be whoever you are and just sign up for a class.
Yes.
Try
Yeah.
it.
Sign up and try. You never know what could happen. And here we are, what, so 20, 50, 20 something years later, I'm still doing it. So it can be there
That's
for people. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Right. And like you said, it's not ever too late to come back if it's something you enjoyed when you were younger. even in your 20s. And like you, I loved going to going out with my girlfriends and dancing at the club on Saturday night or whatever
Mhm.
when I was in my
Mhm.
20s and even my early, because I didn't have my kids until my mid 30s. So I lived in New York City in my early 30s and was going to see live music all the time and dancing. And I just missed that, I guess, as I had my family raising years. And then
Yeah.
today,
Yeah.
when my kids were out busy doing stuff and they're teenagers and I'm 50, and I'm like, God, what do I want to do? Like, I have time now to do something.
Yeah.
Like, God, I remember how much I used to love that. The
Yeah.
music and moving my body and being with
Mhm.
other girls and the lights and da, da, da.
Mhm.
This is like a version of that.
Yes, it is. It's that version now for where we are. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
Love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Okay, well, it's about that time to end our conversation. But Becca, this was fun.
I
I
agree.
can't wait to watch your progress and see how quickly you're going to pick up that invert because you're going to have it before you know it. And it's going to look flawless and effortless and beautiful and all of those other adverbs that or adjectives, adverbs that you used because it's in you. So, yeah, we're going to watch and cheer you on from far away.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you for being here, taking time out of your day. And I hope to come out your way. I mean, I don't
Yes.
know when, but I would love to come and do a workshop. I love to do these workshops that are intro classes for women who are just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah. Yeah. If you, yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you've been to Nashville at all, but it's,
Been a while, but yes, I have been there a few times. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. It's a cool
Yeah.
city. It's a cool city.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for listening, for watching. I will put Becca's Instagram in the show notes and also a link to the PoleCon video. I'm going to look for that on YouTube. So take a look. If you have a comment or a question, leave them here for us. You can follow on Instagram and you can always send Becca questions there too. So until next time, thank you and be well. Bye, Becca.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for listening to Fit, Fierce, and Fearless. If this episode moved you, please share it, subscribe, and leave a review. This podcast is part of the Gen X Pole Arts community, which is built for women over 40 who are using movement, pole dance, and courage to rewrite the rules of midlife. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and stay unapologetically you.